Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, let's try that again. Good afternoon. All right, my name is Larry Knight.
My name is Laureen Burke.
And we are the name callers for today's ceremony. We are both grateful for the opportunity to call your child's name at this very time-honored event, but we do have a couple of requests to ask of you. Each name is going to be called in rapid succession. I'll say a name, Ms. Burke will say a name, and we want to give every family the opportunity to hear their child's name called. Now, we know that you are excited, you've waited for this day, but so have other parents. And we'd like for them to have the distinct honor of hearing their child's name pronounced correctly. And so we just ask that you give the event the solemnity that it deserves. Hold your applause until the end when all of the names are called, and celebrate, but do so respectfully to other families. Thank you very much.
Guests, pardon me, good afternoon. Now welcome parents, friends, guests, and honored seniors to the 2021 commencement ceremony of Stanton College Preparatory School. At this time, everyone please stand for the processional and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashish Kaldindi, and I'm the senior class secretary. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to the Stanton College Preparatory School's commencement exercises for the 2021 graduating class.
Hello, I am Kana Isabella Agnila, the historian of the senior class. I would like to direct your attention to the flag of the United States and ask for all of you to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to be participating in today's graduation exercise. It is among the most significant and solemn events conducted within the academic world. This ceremony has roots that can be traced back to the 1300s. This is a unique celebration in which a faculty attests that its students have fulfilled those academic standards established for the awarding of diplomas. So I think it's especially appropriate that this commencement ceremony begins with special recognition of Stanton's faculty and staff, who have dedicated their entire lives to sharing ideas, insights, and experiences with their students. Some of our faculty are seated on the field with us, and others are behind the stage working in the buildings. But each of them deserve special recognition. Would our faculty please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Teachers, you may be seated. The completion of our years in school would not have been possible without the sacrifices, support, and understanding of our families. For all that you have done to make this day a reality, would the graduating class's families please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated.
At this special time, it is both an honor and a privilege to introduce our platform guests. Please hold your applause until all of our guests have been introduced. Platform guests, please stand and remain standing until everyone in the row has been introduced. On the front row to my right are Mrs. Nongongoma Majova Siani, Principal, Stanton College Preparatory School, Dr. Dana Krisnar, Deputy Superintendent, the Honorable Daryl Willey, Vice Chairman, Duval County Public School Board District 4, Mr. Scott Schneider, Region Superintendent, High and Alternative Schools. Thank you. You may be seated.
On the back row to my right are Miss Laureen Burke, Stanton teacher and name announcer for graduation. Miss Amanda Honey, Stanton's Teacher of the Year. Ryan Diaz, Stanton student in the class of 2021's Salutatorian. Miss Kana Isabel Agnila, the historian of the senior class. And Mr. Ashish Kaladindi, the secretary of the class of 2021. Thank you. You may now be seated.
In the front row to my left are Mr. Larry Knight, Stanton teacher and name announcer for graduation. Gokul Madatil, president of the senior class. Aaron Dantzler, valedictorian of the senior class. Thank you. You may be seated.
In the second row to my left are Mr. Andy Kristovich, Stanton teacher and parent of a graduating senior. Mr. David Piper, Stanton teacher and a parent of a graduating senior. Miss Victoria Shammy, Stanton teacher and National Honor Society sponsor. Mr. David Hemphill, a Stanton administrator. Miss Kenyanya Wilcox, a Stanton administrator. And Mr. Michael Kerr, a Stanton administrator. You may now be seated. I'm Charlie Wheeler, vice president of our class, and this is Bianca Jean-Philippe, treasurer of the class of 2021.
We are very pleased that our guests have joined us this evening to honor our graduates. Please give them another round of applause.
Good evening, graduates, guests, teachers, and staff. My name is Gokul Madatil, and I'm the president of the class of 2021. I'd like to start by thanking my amazing family, my parents, my brother, as well as my uncle who traveled all the way from Dubai to be here today. I truly wouldn't be on this stage without you guys, so thank you so much. I'd also like to take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you for your hard work and determination these past 4 years. From walking into our first pep rally to ending high school on a 4-win streak, I think it's fair to say we've come a long way. We've stuck together through thick and thin, and honestly, it's just so beautiful seeing all of us united on our home field today. So give yourself a round of applause, guys. Today, I have the honor of introducing our very own salutatorian. This student and friend is not only known for his intelligence, but also his tenacity, well-roundedness, and enthusiastic personality. He has worked extremely hard these past 4 years, getting involved in ethics bowl, mock trial, chess club, and many honor societies, which is why I'm proud to be presenting him today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ryan Diaz to the stage.
Hello everyone, it's me, Ryan, or as many of you probably know me, I'm Leo's neighbor. Now, as Leo's neighbor, I'd like to spend my few brief moments thanking this wonderful class. I came from a small middle school and started at Stanton with just one friend, shout out to Joseph. However, in the time since, I've met so many smart, funny, loving, and interesting people. The class of 2021 has been through a lot, like a lot. Yet, I can't help but recognize how these collective hardships have brought us closer together. This class is so open, accepting, and kind. We look out for each other, and we love each other. From Titus to Natalie to Chapman and beyond, every single person has been so incredible, and I am truly honored to have been part of the class of 2021 with you. My close friends know that I have a fair bit of social anxiety. Yet, if you knew me but didn't notice this, it's because you all make it so easy for me to fit in and be myself. So thanks for that. Finally, to every single person I've met during these past 4 years, and to every single person sitting here who I never got the chance to meet, I wish you the best of luck in life, no matter where life takes you. And on that note, I have the opportunity to introduce our valedictorian. This person is someone who I'm good friends with. We always make each other laugh and genuinely get along so well together. He is also one of the smartest people I've ever met, and I know he'll do great at Princeton. My fellow Graddy Baddies, I present to you the valedictorian of the class of 2021, Aaron G. Dantzler.
Oh no! All right. Good evening, class of 2021. First off, I want to thank Ryan for the introduction. And if you don't know me, again, my name is Aaron Dantzler, and I'm honored to have the privilege of speaking before you all today. Before I begin, on behalf of the class of 2021, I want to thank everyone among us today who has made this graduation ceremony possible. From Principal Majova and the staff who are in Stanton, to our amazing teachers who work with us every day, and to our parents and family, hi Mom, Dad, Michelle, and Courtney, who have supported us all the way. If we could give them a huge round of applause. We truly could not be here without them, and in the case of our parents, we would literally not be here without them. And you know, I'm glad my sisters Michelle and Courtney are here, partly for their support, but also because I'm finally getting payback after having to sit through their graduations. And although I know this is supposed to be a happy occasion, and it is, I have to address the elephant in the room, or I guess the elephant on the field, COVID-19. For the past year, COVID has irreparably changed our lives. Some of us may have lost our jobs, and some of us may have even lost loved ones. And for us seniors, the past year was certainly not what we expected our last year of high school to be. I know, at least for me, many aspects of quarantine have been miserable. It stinks staring at a screen all day and not being able to interact with our teachers and friends. It stinks not being able to enjoy senior events or hang out after school. You know, we should be at the Veterans Memorial Arena right now and not here on the football field. There are so many lost memories and experiences that we'll never get back, and it stinks. There's no way around it. It really does stink. There are so many times where we could have quit, so many times where we could have said, nope, it's not worth it, I give up. But instead, we chose to keep working hard, even despite the challenges, and that has led us here today. And if there's one thing that quarantine has taught me, it is the importance of community. After stepping back on this campus in the past month, I was reminded of what makes Stanton so great. It's you all, the people. This community is what makes the hard work worth it. It's knowing you have friends that cheer you on when you're at your highest highs, and friends that also console you when you're at your lowest lows. And to illustrate how important this community has been for me, I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the people who've put up for me the past 4 years and made my life at Stanton a little bit more bearable. And don't worry, I have permission from everyone, so don't feel too bad if these stories come off as embarrassing. First, I have to start with Aiden Israel. Now, as many of you know, Aiden is our class clown. Now, to fully understand this distinction, we have to understand both parts of the title. Okay, let's start with clown. Does Aiden fit this description? I mean, yes, I would say so. I mean, did Aiden pretend to throw invisible bocce balls at me last year during physics? Yes, he did. However, there's also a second part of that title, class, which I think Aiden fits even better. For me, Aiden represents something that I love about our class. He's both smart and hardworking, but he always makes sure not to take himself too seriously. Whenever I see Aiden, I know he is sure to bring a smile to my face. Next, I have to go to Evan Levy, or as Dr. Raj says, Ivan Levy, the perfect compliment to Aiden as the winner of Most Sarcastic. Now, if you know Evan, you know there's no more fitting title than Most Sarcastic, as his voice is actively dripping with sarcasm and humor. And if you need me to convince you of Evan's comedic genius, look no further than his philosophy IA, titled, Can True Equality Really Exist? Now, usually one would choose a serious topic for their philosophy IA, and that's exactly why Evan chose to write about the Soup Nazi episode from Seinfeld. Now, how Evan managed to get a passing grade on his IA, the world will never know. However, my hypothesis is that he made the IB grader laugh so much they had no choice but to pass him. Next, I have to mention two people, Everett Jarrett, Mr. Most Theatrical, and Liam Abel, hip-hop and basketball superfan, who also occasionally decides to come to school on time. Now, the reason I mention them both is because us three formed quite the trio in AP Euro sophomore year. Whether it was Everett flipping all the maps upside down on the wall, which I swear I wasn't part of, or the case of the missing troll, which of course Liam had nothing to do with, our hijinks in that class were really quite memorable. Next, I have to go to Vikas Patel. Now, if there's one word I'd use to describe Vikas, it would have to be a rocket. Why? Well, it's partly because of his love for physics, partly because he plans to become an aerospace engineer, partly because, like a rocket, he's blasting off into the future, and last but certainly not least, because he carried me to Platinum 2 in Rocket League last season. And for some of the boomers here, like Mr. McKay, who probably don't know what Rocket League is, well, it's essentially soccer with cars. Don't ask me how it's fun, it just is. And next, I have to go to Ryan Diaz over here. Now, there's so many things I can say about Ryan, but the thing I appreciate most about him is that we share the same really dumb sense of humor. Some context. Over the past couple of years, Ryan has sent us over 23 spam emails. However, these aren't just like off-the-cuff spam. Each email has its own premise, and they're executed masterfully. Here's an excerpt from the most recent one titled Filmic Studies. Hello, Aaron Dantzler. If you had to choose a different last name, which name would you choose? Personally, I would choose Gosling. Thank you for your time, Ryan Gosling. Whenever I see Ryan, I always know he'll have his arsenal of jokes at the ready. Next, we have Urchin Sexena, who I will say can be quite the handful sometimes. You know, Urchin always likes to remind us that he's only 16, but trust me, Urchin, when I say that we can tell from the way you act, whether it's talking about cows or in general being a smart aleck. I'm just kidding, of course. However, even despite our shared lack of maturity, I'm always impressed by how laser-focused Urchin is in the classroom, eagerly absorbing information and asking questions. And of course, I have to talk about my teammates on the Quiz Bowl team. Firstly, over here, Biniam Alaro. Now, when I say Biniam is the most clutch player I've ever seen, it's not an exaggeration. He has ice in his veins. He's won so many games for us on the last question, it's actually hard to keep count. My favorite moment is from Nationals in sophomore year. So our record's 5-4, and we need the last game. We need to win the last game to make playoffs. And at first, we're having a terrible game. And by we, I mean Biniam and I. He's literally inting us. And at halftime, we're down by over 200 points. However, in the second half, we start to mount the comeback. And going into the last question, we're up, but we still need the last question to win. Now, at this point, Biniam is literally sitting on minus 15 points, and he's already gotten 3 questions wrong. However, Biniam, like the cold-blooded assassin that he is, instantly buzzes in with Hubert Humphrey and wins us the game, sending us to playoffs. And this just goes to show that even in his worst moments, Biniam is still a legend. Even more than his clutch ability, I've been inspired by Biniam's natural curiosity and eagerness to learn about history and the world around us. Wherever you find Biniam, you can be sure he's reading a book or a news article. Next, although he's not here today because he's a junior, I also have to give a shout out to my friend Joel Vallon. Like Biniam, Joel has an incredible academic curiosity, and even more impressive is his unstoppable work ethic. You know, one does not place in the top 150 for Chem Olympiad without being kind of a nerd. However, even though Joel is very committed to studying chemistry and physics, he also has a great sense of humor, and I will certainly miss his conservative ranting, even if he does say poggers a little too much. And last, but certainly not least, I have to talk about Soham Mehra, oh captain, my captain. I'll always remember when Soham asked me to join the quiz bowl team. It was a Friday night during our sophomore year, and Soham, with no warning, I'm not even in the club yet, gives me a call saying, hey, we have a competition tomorrow in Orlando, wanna come? And naturally, I said yes, and they proceeded me to carry me to an undefeated tournament win. That decision to join was probably one of the best decisions I made throughout high school. And one thing I will say about Soham is that he is one of the most obstinate and hardworking people I know. Soham does not take any nonsense, and I know because I give him all the nonsense. If Soham wants something, you better believe he's gonna work hard to get it. That's just the person he is. You guys are truly amazing, and for the past 3 years, I've been honored to be your teammate, and more importantly, your friend. And you know, the crazy thing is that I barely scratched the surface of all the amazing people in our class. If there's one thing that I will take away from our 4 years at Stanton, it is the community we've built. And I know that each and every one of you has found your own community here at Stanton. After graduation, we're all going off in our separate paths to do bigger and brighter things. Many of us are going to college, while other of us are entering the workforce. But before we do that, as we are gathered here today for the last time as the class of 2021, I want us to take a moment and just appreciate everyone that is among us today. As a class, we've achieved a lot, but none of our accomplishments would mean anything without each other's support every step of the way. I would not trade the time we spent or the memories we shared for anything, and I hope you all feel the same. Thank you so much, class of 2021, and once again, congratulations.
A little bit vertically challenged here. Okay, thank you, Aaron, for your witty and yet inspirational words. I would like to take this opportunity to sing praises for this group of students seated before me. The class of 2021 has been accepted to colleges in over 32 states. This class has earned over, listen, this class has earned over 823 million dollars in merit scholarships. And this class has 17 members who have been recognized by one of the National Merit Scholarship Programs. Quite an impressive accomplishment, I must say, class of 2021. Our students are wearing sashes, stoles, and cords, which represent various honor societies and organizations. We want to commend each of you for earning them through the required, established requirements, rather. So Stanton has two programs of study. One is the honors program, and the other is the IB program. The students in the honors program have completed a minimum of 7 AP courses. They have all taken examinations produced by the College Board and successfully completed all of them. Students in the IB program, they have completed the rigorous IB curriculum, which includes examinations in 6 key subject areas, 150 hours, a 4,000-word extended essay, and the TOK course. Let's give them a big hand, please. So, in order to earn the IB diploma, each student must successfully complete examinations in 6 key subject areas. Diploma recipients will be announced in July, and these students will be honored with a special ceremony in December. The hard work and determination of all these students has resulted in their school, Stanton College Prep, being ranked number 4 in the nation and number 1 in non-charter schools, number 2 in the South, and number 1 in the state of Florida. Congratulations. Okay, will my honor students please stand and be recognized? Well done, my dears, you may be seated. And now, will my IB candidates please stand and be recognized? And well done, you may be seated. At this time, I would like to welcome Dr. Dana Krisner, Deputy Superintendent, to join me at the podium. Seniors, please rise. So, Dr. Krisner, I am delighted and proud to present to you Stanton College Preparatory School, class of 2021. Each student here assembled has completed all requirements as prescribed by the Duval County School Board and the state of Florida, and is hereby entitled to receive a high school diploma.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Florida and the Duval County School Board, and as the representative of the superintendent, I pronounce upon those of you who have completed the necessary requirements, graduates of the Duval County School System, and confer upon each of you all rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Krisner. Graduates, please sit. Members of the audience, the names of the graduates will be called in rapid succession. It is extremely important that everyone remain quiet, holding your applause until all of the names of the graduates have been called. Members of the senior class, when your individual name is called, please do come forward.
Ryan Allen Diaz. Kiana Kana Isabel Latoza Ignali. Ashish Varma Khalidindi. Ahmed Walid Abdullah.
Gokul Rod Mutathil. Aaron Gabriel Dantzler. Charles Randall Wheeler. Bianca Jean-Philippe. Seth Duarte Abuhalka,
Lee Haviland Adams.
Christopher Olufemi Adepoju,
Yash Agrawal.
Hanfa Azar Ajmal,
Biniam Altayi Alaro.
Sai Praneeth Reddy Alchuri,
Ethan Christopher Elish.
Zamia Ali,
Miriam Antoinette Kamal Al-Rahil.
Aishaya Milor Aliwalis,
Vireli Saraswati Anbarasi.
Jamel Michael Alvarez,
Miles Andre.
Brett Cooper Anderson,
Barnabas Michael Orega.
Thomas Aranda,
Anastasia Elaine Aston.
Caleb Nee Ashate Amar,
Liam Jason Abel.
Evan Emmanuel Asuncion,
Siddhartha Dev Bakshi.
Rithika Surya Ayagari,
Kinfe Osi Alua Samuel Bank Ole.
Shreya Balakumar,
Shreya Buhari.
Jasang Nue Autumn Bumwang,
Emily Catherine Blizzard.
Andrew Thomas Bishop,
Logan Elise Brannon.
Kendall Elaine Blue,
Maya Alexandria Brown.
Gavin Mitchell Breslin,
Kayan Valo Bullock.
Diana Helen Booker,
Kincaid Elizabeth Burford.
Leo William Bunker,
Maria Bazan. Pronounce the last name. Bazayanu.
Max Peter Busman,
Rebecca Luisa Caligari Leite.
Joseph David Cabezas,
Nia Page Kennedy.
Tristan Matthew Campaign,
Thomas Carmona.
Natalie Alexandra Carbonell,
Kylie Madison Castangera.
Angela Marie Caruso,
Leonardo Chang.
John Blake Caven,
Anya Barbara Chatani.
Wedline Edwina Charles,
Andreas Vaughn Chrisman.
Anish Chakrathi,
Chloe Manuela Kristovich.
Leah Chandra Christie,
Valeria Colon Jimenez.
Caitlin K. Colley,
Joelle Leah Copeland.
Sarah Isel Copeland,
Jerry D. Fox.
Caroline Elizabeth Cosby,
Karen Sarah Cruz.
Karina Sandra Cruz,
Macy Christine Darkish.
Jaron Brigden Danes,
Walter Chapman Davis.
Ella Elizabeth Davy,
Titus Andalion de los Reyes.
Carl Adrian de los Reyes,
Brogan Bailey Denard.
Bria Alexis Dimps,
Sean Briones Dix.
Brandon Javier Diaz,
Dominic Thomas Di Gregorio.
Joshua Cho Diedrich,
Grayson Lucia Doctor.
Ahmad Diop,
Melanie May Doyle.
Colin Andrew Dorincott,
Ryan Lewis Drybelbis.
James Riley Dre.
Taylor Ann Driscoll.
Alexander Carl Drew.
Antonio Leo Duford.
Antonio Nicholas Duarte.
Ethan Cole Dyer.
Hayes Montgomery Duggan.
Adam Sheridan Edwards.
Joseph Lee Eddy.
Mohammed Tarek Elbatuti.
Onyekachi Stephanie Egamanu.
Brianna Rose N.D.
Esperandu Elban II.
Jessica Sage Espinosa.
Janine Calusan Escandor.
Luke Fernandez Everetta.
Shania Olivia Hinkle Esteban.
Liliana Nicole Fagan.
Jacob Thomas Faltmeyer.
Isaiah Logan Fluharty.
Kylie Ilon Fleury.
Kanisha Jamaria Regina Four.
Alejandro Stephen Fluid Martinez.
Helena Loria Francisco.
Cooper Edson France.
Veda Garg.
Andrew Lane Gardner.
Carlton Germain Gaston Jr.
Vedant Garg.
Caden Francis Charlotte Gonzalez.
Jaden Alexa Glogue.
Fabricio Peter Gowdy.
Naja Lael Miley Gordon.
Julia Ann Granert.
Jose Miguel Grafilo.
Catherine Matty Greenberg.
Hannah Noel Green.
Taviana Renarda Griffin.
Haley Madison Green.
Carson Elise Grimm.
Hannah Elizabeth Grimes.
Jalen Kamora Hall.
Tejaswini Gunukula.
Rhiannon Catherine Grace Hanlon.
Asia Tamaya Hampton.
Samuel Nageli Hammock.
Zara Hussein Haruna.
Benjamin Ernst Herrera.
Ann Hernandez.
Vivian Tui Ho.
Hayden Andrew Higginbotham.
John Hodo.
Spencer Douglas Hodge.
Philemon Onesimus Holmes II.
Xavier Darkham Holden.
Henry James Hunter.
Ella Olivia Humphreys.
Micah Yin V. Huynh.
Cheyenne Lorraine Hussey.
Taha Muhammad Isar.
Aiden Benjamin Israel.
Yukshi Jane.
Jalen Kai Jackson.
Mandy Jong.
Everett Nelson Jarrett.
Gregory Bastian Jones.
Melanie Jimenez.
Ananya Kakaveti.
Emily Constance Marie Juo.
Nathra Karthik.
Karthik Kapagantu.
Ilma Katana.
Alma Katana.
Alyssa Vasalia Kasara.
Akil Katragada.
Grant Isaac Kelsey.
Freeman Jackson Kellum.
Rohith Ranga Kilambi.
Dawson Gabrielle Kernasant.
Brian Chunsu Kim.
Kim Kim.
William Sean Kirkland.
Ashley Joyce King.
Smirthi Sanka Krishnan.
Emmanuel Robert Adonis Kaiser.
James Kwong.
Ryan William Kruger.
Reina Simone Lamar.
Ananya Kumar.
Aiden Thomas Laurie.
Maya Jean Larson.
An Kwa Te Le.
Brendan Thai Lee.
Jagger Nicholas Leach.
Kang Nu Lee.
Abigail Grace Lesnick.
Kayla Bueno Legaspi.
Allison Clarissa Lee.
Evan Alexander Levy.
Shauna Lynn.
Calvin Chinboy Lien.
Balaji Danush Lingamgunta.
Catherine McKenna Lineberry.
Jaslyn Sierra Lofton.
Tracy Seja Liu.
Layla Naima Lockman.
Peter Ming Locke.
Christian Tahir Madan Lopes.
Jason Yi Long.
Michaela Reese Lopez.
Justin Aguilar Lopez.
Archline Lewis the 16th.
Whitney Zayabi Lewis.
Erica Arlith Lovera.
Ikram Lutfi.
Guillermo Enrique Luciano.
Nathan Davis Lubo.
Akesh Reddy Madadi.
Joseph Edward Lundahl.
Ashley Nicole Manuel.
Srinidhi Munthana.
Emma Nicole Martin.
Christian Michael Manuel.
Christopher Jeffrey McDonald.
Dean Anthony McCrary.
Connor James McClune.
Thomas Lamar McLaughlin Jr.
Soham Mihra.
Manaya Denise McNair.
Vanessa Nicole Miller.
Catherine Reed Menker.
Jalen Terrell Mitchell.
Sean Tarkon Miller.
Jacob Lawrence Mormon.
Matthew Douglas Mock.
Trisha Mutha.
Henry Musai.
Emma Elizabeth Nash.
Ashish Nala.
Ashley Grace Nelson.
Amanda Kyodavi Nyung.
James Thean Nyi.
Emma Grace Nestor.
Melina Nguyen.
Raymond Nungchong Tu.
Lin Nat V. Huyn.
Yun Wang Win.
Aparna Sai Nimagata.
Sarah Wynn.
Olivia Marie Nolan.
Marley Marta Nist.
Marian Janelle Ocampo.
God's Love Ikenna Obiagwu.
Alad Ozai Ohai.
Oluwafe Ikeme Deborah Obegbu.
Emmanuel Ama.
Kelsey Reagan O'Quiner.
Emmanuel Ahamufalo Okafor.
Bianca Marie Optenbosch.
Tell him to wait a second. Did Michael already go? Michael Angela Orff. Hold on, Larry. John Marshall Paredes.
Julia Marie Rosario Pace.
Vikas Alpesh Patel.
Bobby Parks.
Aryan Patel.
Kush Jatin Patel.
Jessica Christine Palayo.
Olivia Annalise Pecora.
Joanne Kylie Judith Pereira.
Aurora Sky Pennington.
Marley Josie Perry.
Jeffrey Mario Christopher Pereira.
Gianna Rose Pierre Louise.
John Larkin Phillips.
Jacob Henderson Piper.
Kimberly Pino.
Pi Wesley Pope.
Audrey Clarice Ploche.
Ilina Jean Temperosa Popera.
Alexa Lee Pope.
Serena Butterfly Price.
Tyler Matthew Pottenberg.
Kayla Jaden Rahim.
Olivia Faith Pliskus.
Reneha Ramesh.
Eileen Rajai.
Nuran Reddy Ratnam.
Isha Rastogi.
Nico Ranella.
Anya Reddy.
Victoria Agnes Reineman.
Penelope Xerxes Rezai.
Emma Boone Robbins.
Caroline Robbins.
Elizabeth Mikiu Rodius.
Sophia Victoria Robertson.
Jasenia Noel Rogio.
Miguel Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yasmin Alia Rosa Flores.
Jasmine Marie Roncevic.
Panita Kwe Raganet.
Madison Alexandra Rose.
Christopher Andres Russell.
Caitlin Deborah Russell.
Liam Connor Salem.
Victoria Yvette Salazar Pena.
Shruti Sama.
Kyle Donnell Savalian.
Abigail Jules Santos.
Kayla Rose Sanchez.
Olivia Joy Salvelson.
Kyla Amani Savario.
Calvin Reese Schirkenbach.
Urchin Shri Saxena.
Priya Shaw.
Taylor Nicole Schnorbus.
Ibukunawa Bolu Shopalu.
Michael Zachary Sheely.
Anne Marie Sia.
Brendan Michael Schrader.
Tamaya Lajeune Louise Sinclair.
Francesca Florence Peña Florida Sierra.
Saibi Sheikh Siva Kumar.
Jordan Beto Sitson.
Al Smith.
Jackson Gabriel Skinner.
Kyle Allen Strait.
Neha Santhi.
Mia Francesca Suma.
Armani Carly Strobridge.
Anisha Shiva Tagula.
Bridget Harlow Swartz.
Marvin Jason Thomas Jr.
Jalen Devon Thomas.
Jessica Elise Tran.
Edison Wynn Tran.
Elijah Jerome Tyson.
Jalen Madison Tucker.
Ronsi Varghese.
Shivani Vancheswaran.
Rohith D. Demuri.
Anna Yeh Vasana.
Aditi Verma.
Tanya Verma.
Kirsten Christine Alexis Victorian.
Ishan Verma.
Abhi Ram Vishwanath.
Lawan Diego Yamat Villena.
Martin Wall.
Zachary Evan Wagner.
Simone Healy Wanamaker.
Jack Scott Walsh.
Navia Carlina Watts.
Michelle Wong.
Kate Elizabeth Whitaker.
Calliope Nicole Whalen.
Haley Ariel Williams.
Manasi Jehu White.
Luke Godwin Wilson.
Mackenzie Aaron Williams.
Amy Chu Yan.
Sifan Tico Workna.
Sean Mitchell Yates.
Veronica Marie Yap.
Catherine Elizabeth York.
Sachita Yaramili.
Cindy Zupa.
Cody Zing.
He's got the last one.
Ruby Sweetser Zing.
Graduates, please rise. Now, class of 2021, join us as we move our tassels from right to left, signifying that we are graduates. Now, all right, now, let me get a moment of silence, because we made it, baby! Congratulations, graduates! 2021 to the moon, baby. Thank you, everybody.